Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Isabel Wong. Here are tonight's top stories. Police manhunt underway for gunman who shot man in Sham Shui Po last night in money dispute. Kim Jong-un says he's open to a third summit with Donald Trump, but under certain conditions. And after day 2 in Augusta, it's a 5-way tie with Tiger Woods in hot pursuit. Police are still searching for a gunman who shot a man in Sham Shui Po last night over a money dispute. The 33-year-old victim survived and is in stable condition at Queen Mary Hospital. Yupin reports.
Plainclothes officers were seen speaking to retailers on Chen Sha Wan Road in Sham Shui Po this morning about last night's shooting. Surveillance camera footage caught the chaotic moments right after the shooting, showing a large group of pedestrians scrambling to get inside a store. Some fell down as they ran for cover. Police were alerted about the shooting by a bystander at around 10 p.m. The incident started when a 33-year-old man surnamed Law attacked another man with a metal pole near Kwai Lin Street. The man being attacked then drew what looked like a pistol and shot Law. The gunman later fled the scene. Law suffered a gunshot wound to his right arm and went to Caritas Medical Center on his own for help. He was later transferred to Queen Mary Hospital. Law is from the mainland and is a 2-way permit holder. Police described the shooter as a man between 30 and 40 years old, a Hong Kong resident, and was wearing a black top at the time of the incident. Police Commissioner Stephen Low said the force was highly concerned about the incident. He said a preliminary investigation revealed that there was a dispute between the two men over money. But officers from Kowloon West Regional Crime Unit were still investigating what sparked the argument, as well as the source of the weapon. Yupinam, HKIBC.
Dashboard videos are usually used to help with accident investigations, but police used one video to hunt down illegal street racers in Tuen Mun. Raymond Young reports.
A move which supposedly earns a person street cred ended up getting them none. In scenes resembling a Fast and Furious movie, 2 cars were seen weaving through traffic on Tuen Mun Road, showing no regard for the law or, more importantly, the safety of fellow road users. The footage, captured by a dashboard camera installed in one of the cars in the race, began circulating online late Thursday evening. It has since gone viral on social media and eventually caught the attention of police. On a road with a speed limit of 70 kilometers per hour, the cars were going in excess of 170 at one point, if data gathered by the camera was accurate. The timestamp suggested the footage was captured on Thursday evening, which was later confirmed by police. Tailgating and swerving, the cars were certainly not slowing down when they approached Tuen Mun Road bus interchange. They even cut into the dedicated bus lane separated by double white lines. The 5-minute clip ended with the cars reaching Tuen Mun town center and coming to a stop at a traffic light, where the silver car was clearly donning a temporary license, which was issued to garages or dealerships for testing or logistical purposes. After combing through surveillance footage in the neighborhood, police tracked down one of the vehicles at Choi Wan Estate in Wong Tai Sin this morning. The driver and his friend, believed to be the son of the Volkswagen owner, were both arrested. Another 40-year-old man believed to be the owner of the Honda sedan was also arrested in Tuen Mun in the early hours. Raymond Yang, HKIBC.
Ahead of Easter holidays, a survey showed most Hong Kongers had poor knowledge of their travel insurance policies. The Insurance Practitioners General Union polled 500 residents from March to April. Results showed most of them would purchase travel insurance either through brokers or online before going on holiday. But over 30% of the respondents said they did not pay attention to terms and conditions stated in their insurance. Another 53% said they had no knowledge of claim procedures. Turning overseas, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un says he's open to a third summit with US President Donald Trump to discuss denuclearization, but only under certain conditions. Kim made the comments during a speech at North Korea's parliament yesterday. He said Washington needed to offer mutually acceptable terms and come with the right attitude. Kim also demanded the U.S. end its hostile negotiating tactics, adding he would give Washington until the end of the year to make a decision. The two leaders met for the first time in Singapore last year, but the second summit in Hanoi in February broke down. The U.S. has unveiled plans for the largest ever auction of radio spectrum to support the development of 5G networks. U.S. President Donald Trump said he has no plans to nationalize the technology.
We cannot allow any other country to outcompete the United States in this powerful industry of the future. The race to 5G is a race America must win.
U.S. President Donald Trump made the declaration at the White House as he unveiled plans to build advanced wireless networks across the United States. He wanted development of 5G to be led by private companies and not the government.
In the United States, our approach is private sector driven and private sector led. The government doesn't have to spend lots of money. According to some estimates, the wireless industry plans to invest $275 billion in 5G networks, creating 3 million American jobs quickly, very quickly, and adding $500 billion to our economy.
The White House had been mulling the idea of nationalizing the 5G network for more than a year, but his statement put those ideas to rest. The U.S. Federal Communications Commission said it would auction 3,400 megahertz of 5G spectrum in December, the largest ever auction in U.S. history. Despite Trump touting private innovation, the FCC will also repurpose funds from existing programs to provide $20.4 billion to connect up to 4 million rural homes and small businesses to high-speed internet. There are currently 24 million Americans without broadband internet access, most of them living in rural areas. 5G is the next generation wireless network that will enable faster data speeds. It is also expected to provide more reliable connections for self-driving vehicles and smart cities that use Internet of Things devices. While China has its 5G champion in Huawei, the US currently has no hardware maker that has tapped the 5G market with scale and depth. A day after leading a coup against longtime Sudanese strongman Omar al-Bashir, Defense Minister Awad al-Wolf announced he was stepping down as transitional leader. In a televised address, al-Wolf said he was leaving to preserve the unity of the armed forces. He also announced that Army General Abdel Fattah Burhan would be his successor. The army has said it would stay in power for 2 years, followed by elections. Sudanese celebrated in the streets upon hearing the announcement. Tens of thousands had been rallying in front of the military's headquarters to protest the military's takeover. U.S. President Donald Trump says he's considering sending illegal aliens to so-called sanctuary cities around the country who don't cooperate with federal immigration authorities. Frustrated by rising numbers of illegal aliens arriving at the southern border of the U.S., President Donald Trump said he was considering transporting migrants to so-called sanctuary cities.
California, the governor wants to have a lot of people coming in, refugees coming in, a lot of sanctuary cities, so we'll give them to the sanctuary cities maybe to take care of if that's the way they want it, because we can only hold them under the current law for 20 days. So we apprehend them by the thousands and thousands a day.
In response, sanctuary cities including Philadelphia, Chicago and San Francisco said they welcomed illegal immigrants.
You know, the president had his temper tantrum and said he was going to send undocumented immigrants to sanctuary cities. But, you know, this is the president's fundamental misunderstanding of immigration. Immigrants built the United States of America. Immigrants made our country great.
Media reports had earlier said there was resistance to the idea from some high-level Department of Homeland Security officials. They were concerned about several aspects of Trump's plan, including the potential cost. But Trump said he was ready to send an unlimited supply of undocumented immigrants to those cities.
We could fix that in so fast if the Democrats would agree. But if they don't agree, we might as well do what they always say they want. We'll bring them to sanctuary city areas and let that particular area take care of it. We can give them an unlimited supply And let's see if they're so happy.
White House spokesman Hogan Gidley said the immigrants Trump was referring to were illegal aliens that are already set for release, which likely would include families with children. In March alone, more than 100,000 illegal immigrants were taken into custody or turned away at the US-Mexico border. Many of them were from Central America and were seeking asylum in the US. They claimed to be escaping from high levels of violent crime and the illegal drug trade. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is awaiting sentencing in Britain for jumping bail and faces possible extradition to the US. WikiLeaks editor-in-chief Kristen Hrafnsson gave an update on Assange, who was arrested and dragged out of the Ecuadorian embassy in London on Thursday.
He has been in need of medical attention for quite some time now, and the authorities in the UK have not allowed him to exit the embassy to go to facilities where he can be properly treated for shoulder pain, for dental treatment, etc. His mental condition is in a fairly good shape, considering the fact that he's been inside the embassy for 7 years. He's now in Belmarsh prison, where his lawyers had a meeting with him this morning, Gareth Pierce, and he will be allowed to take visitors in a few days, which is a welcoming thing.
In the NHL playoffs, the Winnipeg Jets have dropped both home games to the St. Louis Blues and now trail 2-0 in the opening round series. It was a back-and-forth game in Winnipeg, with Oscar Sundqvist getting the Blues on the scoreboard first. He struck again midway through the second period, giving St. Louis a 3-2 lead.
Scores! Oscar Sundqvist has his second.
Mark Scheifele evened the score on the power play with about a minute left in the second period.
Mark Scheifele power play goal, and the game is tied.
But it was Ryan O'Reilly who was the hero of the game. He scored the game winner by using the Jets defenseman as a screen to get his shot past Connor Hellebuck. Onto the weather now. It will be mainly cloudy with a few showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Temperatures will range between 21 and 24 degrees. The wet weather will continue in the next couple of days, but now let's check out the weather around the world. That's our main news for Saturday night. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Isabel Wong. Thanks for watching. Good night.